Our homes are the largest investment most of us will ever make. They should provide us with sanctuary and a sense of belonging.
We're in a fantastic area, surrounded by people that we love.
It's safe for the cats. I love the outlook on the front.
But with rising living costs and uncertain times ahead of us,
it took a lot more money and time than I guess we calculated.
It's never been more important to love the space you live in.
It's just become a real family, communal room.
So we're taking inspiration.
Look at this!
From some of our most life-changing builds.
And jaw-dropping house hunts.
Taken on by brave families.
I'm nervous now.
All in the name of resolving that famous dilemma. Are you going to love it?
Or list it.
Today we examine the importance of living close to family.
My nan lives on the next street, and then my mum and dad live not much further than that.
With one couple torn between staying in a familiar location or starting a new life in the leafy suburbs.
I don't want to just live here my whole life because you've lived here your whole life.
And another who would do anything to keep their loved ones close by.
Say hello, Dad.
Hello.
Did we manage to maintain those family ties by future-proofing their homes? Or was it time to move on?
Are you going to love or list?
Whenever I meet someone and they say, oh, my mum lives down the road, or I think...
Yes. You rub your little hands together,
yeah,
thinking they'll never be moving.
That is the strongest thing which keeps people in place.
Yeah. We come across it a lot. You know, 50% of people either live where they grew up or return to live where they grew up.
Wow, that's an amazing statistic. So, actually, the phrase family ties really applies. People are tethered to a place.
Well, equally, if you're living in a house that isn't ideal, at some point you've got to assess, do we move to somewhere that suits us better? Mm-hmm. Is that worth the trade-off of being further away from whether it's the schools or whether it's the jobs or whether it's the grandparents?
And one family in that precise predicament were Tim and Rachel, who we met in 2021 in Tim's hometown of Wandsworth, southwest London. Since they met 10 years ago, they've both been living the big city life. But now, with 4-year-old Livia and Henry, who is 2, the focus is on family.
I would like to list this house because I don't think this space is going to work for a family in the future. And I would like to find a place that has a bit of a slower pace of life.
So Rachel's bags are packed for the suburbs. But for Tim, it's once a Londoner, always a Londoner.
There's a lot of reasons why we're here. I've got lots of very close friends and family who've been here a long time. And I think this great house could be made just that little bit better for us.
This battle of two completely different lifestyles will have a huge impact on how they live their lives in the future. And neither of them is willing to back down.
There's an element to my thinking that just says, I don't want to just live here my whole life because you've lived here your whole life.
And whilst their modernised 1930s semi was once perfect for them as a couple, they both agree it's not suitable for family life.
The main issues with the house are that there isn't an area for us to be downstairs in the open plan without being on top of each other.
Although the ground floor has 3 areas for living, dining and cooking, it's all one large expansive space, with a separate utility and loo. On the first floor, there are 2 double bedrooms, a box room and a family bathroom. And in the loft is the main bedroom with an ensuite.
The third double bedroom is currently a sort of all-purpose space for us, which is sort of, we call it the den, but it's an office, a gym, a play space.
And it's also used as a guest bedroom when Rachel's family come to visit. But this all-important multi-purpose room will soon be lost once Henry gets bigger and outgrows the box room.
When Henry moves into the larger room and we lose our workspace, we lose the space where we work out, we lose where people can come stay.
So a move out to the burbs isn't just about more green space, it's about more space, full stop.
I think you'll have to drag Tim there, kicking and screaming.
You guys coming in?
We'd love to.
Who wants to love, who wants to list?
I'd like to love. I think it's a great house here.
And I'd like to list it. I don't necessarily know if it's my long-term area for my children and family to have the space that we need and as well as the pace of lifestyle that I'm after.
What keeps you in London?
I grew up around here. My mum's around the corner-ish, my brother's around the corner. So there are quite deep-seated roots of friends and family.
Tim, you feel that the house works?
I do, yeah. You know, for the foreseeable future, I feel that this is enough for us, really.
I think about school, and when I settle the kids into school, I don't want to move in 4 years.
No.
Very wise, very,
time
very
to do
wise.
it.
Time to move.
The problem lies in, you know, what's actually better. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I don't know of it existing for us.
Let's focus on this house first, shall we?
It's a stunning-looking house,
Yes.
but the issues are fairly obvious. That end of the house is doing exactly the same as this end of the house. That's comfy seating and watching telly, and this is comfy seating. You don't need both of them in the same room.
The only problem is the door has gone. As the couple bought the house in glorious turnkey condition, they've been hesitant to make changes. Ooh, wooden floor upstairs, that's nice. To help them make it feel like their own home, a place they can grow into, I have a generous Love It budget of £80,000, but I'm not wholly convinced I need it. These are generous rooms with good ceiling height. This is not £80,000 worth of problems. This is a really easy fix.
Maybe for the indoors, but no amount of money will pick up this house and pop it in the landscape that Rachel wants.
It's actually a really good London garden. It's much wider than I was expecting. But I'm absolutely going to be able to trounce this garden when it comes to searching outside of London.
Luckily for me, I have a substantial list-it budget of £1.3 million. And while that might not get them more in an area where the average 4-bed goes for well over a whopping 1.5 million, it will be enormously useful if Tim's prepared to really stretch his commute.
But with stamp duty at an eye-watering £70,000 and moving costs of almost 30 grand, that's serious cash that could be better spent on making this house more comfortable for them to live in. This isn't about the house. I've had a light bulb moment. There isn't a place near enough to Tim's family and this area where he's been brought up, which is green enough that they can afford. If I can make Rachel feel more comfortable in this house, I think I'm in with a chance. So what we have here is 3 floors, and there are different figures. I am going to start with the downstairs. Reinstating the wall between the sitting room and dining area will give them a cosy lounge for that much-needed private space. Then next door, the dining table should be repositioned to create an eat-in family kitchen. And with the help of the new wall, a seating area with built-in storage will be created.
I love the idea of using this wall as well, so it gives your sofa can be here.
Your sofa can be there, and your bookshelves can be here. You can have a whole wall of books. On the first floor, this bedroom will become the main suite for Rachel and Tim, with the box room transformed into an ensuite. The second bedroom will then become that all-important guest room and den. And Rachel and Tim's current bedroom in the loft will be split to create 2 good-sized rooms for Livia and Henry. Then for my final curveball. Outside, a garden pod will free up the spare bedroom and give Rachel and Tim a peaceful place to work from home. All the things that have been suggested is 54,000.
It's going to be hard to choose whether to leave any of it out, I think.
If you spend 80,000, I don't think you'd get 80,000 back. It's certainly, if you spend 54,000, you will get 54,000 back.
Do you know, we never thought about achieving the balance in that way.
Look, I've given you a lot to think about. We've discussed all sorts. I'm going to leave this with you. When you've had a chance to think, come back to me and we'll go from there. Wandsworth was a classic case of too many walls coming down, and the space had gone too open plan, and it was basically one big corridor.
Yes.
Because you came in the front door and you had to walk through the entire room to get to the kitchen and then on into the garden.
Which would have suited them brilliantly when it was just the couple.
Yes.
But actually, you put kids into that mix or people work from home mix, and it didn't work. So they needed to do something.
But basically, it's, again, very, very, very common problem. People get all bitty with their storage. And sometimes you just need to max out one wall. And in 2020, Phil and I were about to meet a family who'd already maxed out their whole house.
We're en route to meet Carly and husband Eric, who met through Carly's mum 11 years ago.
I saw Carly for the first time. I was working in a pub back then. It was her mum playing a wing girl, basically, and showed Carly this handsome man from South Africa.
No, she just said, this is Eric, who I work with, and he was sweeping the floor at the time.
But it's not just the two of them. Eric's sons, Matthias and Miller, stay regularly. And a few months ago, baby Kyan joined the family too.
Meaning the two-bedroom bungalow, which Carly bought in 2015, is now fit to burst.
Straight away, I thought, I want this house. It's really close to my nan's anyway, so that was like a big plus. And I really liked the garden.
Although Carly still loves her first-time buy, Eric has never been a fan of the house for several reasons.
The property just doesn't make any sort of like sense in terms of how it's been built. The second bedroom is actually just long and narrow. It's difficult also to actually make sense in terms of how you could use a space better.
Eric's not wrong. This bungalow does have an unusual layout with a long, thin second bedroom off the kitchen. The kitchen diner itself is a decent size, along with a large living room and a main bedroom with an ensuite at the front of the house. Having two bedrooms was already a tight squeeze when the boys stayed over. But since the arrival of Kyan, the family have run out of room.
The boys would sleep in the back bedroom, which is just off the kitchen, and we were in the front bedroom. Since having our baby, we've had to swap because our bedroom is not quite big enough for the baby's furniture. It's not practical.
And although Eric does appreciate the huge back garden that typically comes with a traditional bungalow like theirs, he doesn't feel they're making the most of it.
One thing that really killed me the most is the fact that we don't have an outside space that even if it's snowing or raining, we can still entertain.
He's an outside person. Even on a Valentine's Day, I've had a romantic barbecue set up for me in the freezing cold outside.
all these stars, eh?
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, it's gloriously sunny today.
And I'm looking forward to a bit of outdoor hospitality.
Hello.
So tell us what's going on. Who wants to love? Who wants to list?
I want to list it.
And I want to love it. I don't think the house, in terms of the layout, is working for us at the moment. But I sort of think he needs a bit of a reality check because he likes the garden. He thinks that he's going to get another house like this.
Carly, what's the background? How long has this been home?
We've lived here for 5 years, and it's a house that I purchased, and then Eric moved in with me because we were just like newly in a relationship at that time. And I've lived on this road for my whole life, so I'm very settled where we are. My nan lives and granddad live on the next street, and then my mum and dad live not much further than that again. And then my sister as well and my niece live in our old house where I actually grew up, so
Right.
very close.
You're very ensconced here.
Yeah.
I'm longing to see inside the house.
I fear I'm going to need an industrial digger to shift Carly's deep roots.
Hey Spencer, the heavy plant machinery is my domain.
Right. It's a long and thin kitchen, but it works. The issue isn't really in here, is it?
Well, would it work with two hulking boys, Eric, a baby in a high chair, and Carly? I mean, I can't see you sucking that up.
It's clear to see where the issues are. The lack of bedrooms is one thing, but the way they're laid out, with wasted space and a lack of storage, isn't helping. The reception rooms aren't working either, with a dining area that's also awkward when you have to seat everyone at once.
This is a lovely room. It's not really suitable for watching football. It's a nice room. It should be something that someone gets to enjoy. I'm thinking it should be a bedroom.
I could solve all of their problems with a huge extension or loft conversion, but Carly and Eric's love-it budget of £50,000 just won't stretch to that. So I'm going to have to get creative with the space they already have and prioritise the pressing issues.
Should Carly and Eric choose to list it, they'd have a budget of £250,000. But for that, I need to find them a new house that delivers more bedrooms, a better layout, and the outdoor entertainment space Eric's after.
And don't forget the £2,500 they'll have to pay in stamp duty, as well as moving and legal costs of £5,000, which would be better spent on turning this house into a functioning family home.
So, this is a bit of leap of faith, because obviously for £50,000, we're not getting a loft extension. So I don't want you to think when you turn over this page, there's going to be like, you know, dun.
Yeah.
What there is something that has come as a result of carefully listening to what you need.
Mm-hmm.
So you can turn over.
By splitting part of the second bedroom and extending into the garden, my plan creates an impressive kitchen, dining, living room, big enough for a family of 5. Bifold doors will increase natural light and connect the house to the garden, something Eric needs to be happy here. With a new window, the reduced bedroom is perfect for baby Cayenne. The original main bedroom becomes Matthias and Miller's teenage bedroom, which will double up as a workspace for Eric when they're not there. And finally, the existing living room is repurposed as Carly and Eric's new bedroom suite. I'm confident that once this house looks like a strong 3-bed, they would make back their £50,000 investment. However, once we turn the lounge into a bedroom, it would leave the open plan kitchen living room as the only family space.
Okay.
I'm waiting to see what, you know.
I'm still taking all of this.
So we didn't really think about moving into that, into the lounge as a bedroom.
It's a fantastic space. It would be a huge bedroom.
I like that idea. I think it just gives us our own space. Do you see what I mean? Like, away from everything else in the nicest way.
Can I leave safe in the knowledge that you're not horrified by the plan?
I'm not. And I think we've got something to work from here.
I'm sensing some hesitation from both of them. The reality of what their budget could actually achieve is certainly less than Carly and Eric would have hoped for. But with the market the way it is at the moment, suggesting anything more than this is a risk I'm not willing to take.
But 3 months later, there was some unexpected demolition going on at Carly and Eric's bungalow.
We've took on some of Kirsty's ideas, but we've just adapted it a little bit. So we've gone a little bit wider than she'd said, a bit of a bigger extension. We've also knocked the garage down.
The plan I proposed involved extending this house as far as their £50,000 budget would allow and repurposing the rooms to make the best use of the space for everyone. But Carly and Eric have gone off-piste with an extension that's almost twice as big as we originally discussed.
The only thing that we didn't want to do was lose one of the bedrooms, so we decided to extend a bit wider than the suggestion.
So, with the new turbocharged plan, the garage is being torn down to make way for a huge extension along the whole width of the property, as well as expanding out to the back, which will give them a kitchen diner that's almost 180% bigger than they originally had, and space for a snug and utility as well. Rather than repurposing the living room, they've decided to keep their main ensuite room at the front for themselves and split the long bedroom off the kitchen into 2 small rooms for Cayenne and the boys. It's an ambitious undertaking and something which would usually cost £35,000 more than my original £50,000 budget. But Carly and Eric are confident they can make it work by taking on a lot of the work themselves and roping in their nearest and dearest.
Say hello, Dad.
Hello.
Family have been amazing, and really they've treated Eric a bit like their apprentice because he's got the muscle power and he's been knocking walls down and all sorts, haven't you?
Well, I have to take my hat off to this plucky pair and their generous family. If they can pull it off on the original budget, I'll be cock-a-hoop.
And in Wandsworth, 7 weeks since I pitched my ideas, Rachel and Tim were also moving forward with their own take of my plan.
We had made our final decisions about losing the idea of redoing the top floors and focusing more on reorganising our space downstairs.
So the final plan is to lower the budget to £50,000 and concentrate on reshuffling the ground floor, as I suggested. They'll also build a garden pod for the extra living space we discussed. Upstairs will remain untouched, apart from Rachel and Tim's ensuite, which will get a bit of a facelift. A nice upgrade, but it won't buy them the space for visiting family or the equal-sized bedrooms I thought they were after. So a few months later, I popped back to Wandsworth to check on them, and I was in for a big surprise.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow. I mean, it's huge. Look at this.
Rachel and Tim have supersized my planned garden room and really given it wings. It will now have space for an office, chill-out area, a small WC and outdoor seating, giving them that extra room they've been lacking inside the house.
I mean, is it a two-bed flat?
It probably is about the size of our first flat.
Yeah, it's definitely the size of mine.
I think when we first saw you, we were saying a bit of a fallout space for the family, as well as we kept using the word office a lot. And I think that maybe now we're looking more at the fallout space that we can also do some work in.
With more of us working from home than ever before, around 20% of the UK would love to add extra space. A garden pod can be a cheaper and easier way to gain that valuable room without the hefty cost of an extension. But they can be far more than just an extra office. Incorporating a small bathroom or kitchenette will cost more for plumbing and fitting, but makes a garden pod feel more like a living space rather than a shed. And adding glazing, electrics and insulation means it can be used all year, making it a worthy investment. When designing a garden pod, it's worth checking local planning permissions, as some areas might restrict what type you can have. And for Rachel and Tim, this new addition will not only add value, but will go a long way to help keep them in this house. We're looking back at two builds where keeping family close together was the priority. In Lincoln, Carly and Eric had supersized my renovation plan to make sure they would never outgrow their bungalow close to Carly's parents. And I wanted to see for myself how it was all going.
It's 5 months since I was last here. Behind this very neat facade, there is a house that has been torn apart. Let's see how Carly and Eric are managing.
Removing the garage and extending along the width of the house, as well as to the back, will increase the space in their kitchen diner family room by almost 180%.
Gordon, Bennett, it's enormous. Oh, look. That is what I think it is. That is a clever idea.
The main problem with the bedroom coming off the kitchen was noise. But since they've decided not to go with my plan of switching rooms, they've come up with a different solution.
This wall is new, so that this has created this laundry room. So this, when it's finished, will be a big open plan kitchen with a snug dining area and everything. But cleverly, all the utilities will be in the laundry room.
I'm impressed with the work they've done so far, but there's still a lot to do. And I'm anxious to find out where we're at with the budget.
So this is quite a lot more than we talked about.
Yeah, I think we're 2/3 into the budget now.
Okay.
So it is going to be a bit tight getting it to the end point.
What we've done is we threw ourselves in terms of the size of the building and stuff like that, and we thought we will commit to that. And things like furniture and kitchens and stuff like that, we can do with a cheaper version for now, kind of thing.
You're completely right to focus on that, because where you're putting your money is where you'll get the money back.
Yeah.
Going so much bigger was always going to blow the budget, but there are loads of clever ways to make savings on fixtures and fittings. I'm a big advocate of buying second-hand or repurposing items like your old kitchen units. And when it comes to things like floor coverings, be sure to shop around and consider all your options. Laminate or vinyl flooring looks great and could save you around £70 per square metre compared to hardwood, so there are big bargains to be had if you're savvy. Back in Wandsworth, Phil was taking Tim out of his city comfort zone on the hunt for a 4-bedroomed family home where they could put down some new roots, starting in the leafy village of Ottershaw.
So here we are. It's the old grounds of a manor house that has been divided up. There's access through the woodland, fantastic walking, bike riding. There's also some tennis courts on the estate that you can use. Come on, let's get inside.
Sitting at the top of their budget, this £1.3 million 5-bedroom woodland home offered a vast open-plan kitchen diner and additional reception rooms on the ground floor, which could be used to work from home.
It's a decent size. Not offering us anything more than what we already have.
But despite the fact that it was 43% larger than their own home, Rachel and Tim didn't feel it offered everything they were after.
I think what we're looking for in the next house is something a bit more spacious and gives us a bit more ability to adapt the rooms and a bit more versatility for how we live. As we have young children now, but they won't always be young, so we need to be able to grow in our space.
But with a wide search area, Phil had lots of options to explore. And his second offering in the historic town of Hazelmere offered regular train links, good schools and a bustling local high street.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning and welcome to Hazelmere.
Thanks very much.
A nice area as well. It looks really woodsy and green.
Yeah.
Beautiful house.
Let's get in.
On the market for just over £1 million, this detached property is nearly £250,000 under budget and offers a lot of house for their money. Upstairs, it has 5 bedrooms, split across 2 levels and a family bathroom. And on the ground floor is an immaculate kitchen diner and a separate family lounge. Outside, there's a double garage, which could potentially be converted into a guest room or home office.
Now, this is a house with all the bells and whistles in it, including this beautiful kitchen stretched across the back.
Really nice.
Really nice. Yeah. Nice and bright.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
Really nice,
house.
actually.
Yeah. Nice character.
And you've always wanted a farm sink as well.
I did.
The farm sink is just one of the lovely details this house has to offer.
It looks lovely so far.
I say this has given me the feeling of excitement again.
Whereas Tim's thinking, damn.
It's ticking a few boxes. Yeah.
With plenty more to come in the rest of the house.
It's like an office, I think, but I guess you could turn it into a bedroom if you really wanted to. And it has a nice view, nice and calm as well up here.
Great views, under budget, and including the garage, 43% bigger than their current home. What's not to like?
Is it somewhere you could see yourselves living?
It's definitely piqued some interest, I think, there. Good. And I think shows the kind of thing we could get for this sort of money is that's quite interesting and quite exciting.
Yeah,
really.
Definitely. Good job, Phil. Good job.
Oh,
It's a good one.
yeah.
It's a good one.
He's on the line. Your kids would love it. Your wife would be happy.
Not bad at all. It's definitely interesting. Good. Some things to think about and look at.
With Phil feeling particularly pleased with himself. And after 5 months of renovation work, it was time for Rachel and Tim to make a decision over whether to love it or list it. But unfortunately, due to COVID, for the first time ever, I left Phil flying solo. Sorry, Pip.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm very well, but I'm afraid my friend is not well. She's not with me.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she's not good today.
Oh, well, come on in.
Listen, Pip, only a global pandemic would stop me from seeing your reaction to the changes at this house.
So what have you been up to?
We haven't
Quite a bit.
Previously, the ground floor was one big noisy open space that wasn't working for the family. But now, the new partition has created a sense of integrated yet separate areas that can be closed off when needed. And the glass panelling allows natural light to flood right through from the redesigned kitchen diner at the back of the house.
So that separates the space?
Yes, it does.
That was one of the problems, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we still keep it open most of the day so that we get the air and we still have the advantage of having it free flow, but at the same time, we can close it, and it's pretty soundproof.
In the new family living space, floor-to-ceiling storage really helps hide kiddie clutter.
I gotta tell you, as a mother, that's my apostle favourite bit. Hides our sins.
That works really well.
Yeah.
I was dubious whether it could make the space feel bigger and better used, but it actually genuinely has.
Such simple changes have made a huge difference to the way they live. Just moving the table into the kitchen means the island with stool seating could be swapped out for more clever storage.
This really feels like a sort of kitchen diner, so it feels a bit more civilised rather than sort of on the couch while someone's cooking.
And the character, I can see that you've worked hard at getting character and interest and personality in here.
We were living in someone else's design, and it was perfectly nice. It just didn't reflect us at all. And I think with this process, Kirsty in particular really helped us to see is one of the things that was wrong with our house is it wasn't ours.
Up in the loft, the ensuite has had a remarkable facelift, creating a much lighter and brighter space. But outside, the jewel in the crown of Ms. Allsop's brilliant plan is the new garden room.
My goodness me, it's huge.
Yeah. It's a nice space. It's a really good, usable space.
I'm a bit taken aback.
Yes, with a small WC and outdoor kitchen, it's so much more than the office space they were originally after.
You've gone to town.
What we really wanted was a sort of extended living space, so it's a bit of everything, really. It's sort of entertaining space, family space.
Yes.
We can do gym stuff in here.
I can see that it's a super flexible, functional space.
Overall, Rachel and Tim spent close to £50,000 and added almost £80,000 to the value. I have to hand it to them. And you, Kirsty.
Well, this does feel strange without Kirsty being here. I mean, it's taken me years, but I've finally shaken her off. I can see 100% that what you've done helps your life today. But I still question whether those are temporary or whether you've actually solved problems.
I think it's been the best possible change we could have done to our space.
But let's just think about my search, because I felt my search was more about kind of education.
It was generally really interesting. And I think from each house, we had a different feeling sort of driving back.
Wow. This feels very strange, me asking you the final question, because it's all boiled down to this, and Kirsty's not here to buy me a drink, most importantly. But are you, Tim, Rachel, going to love or list?
We are going to love it.
Love, nice seeing you anyway.
But you don't owe anyone a drink. Buy yourself a drink only.
I'll buy myself a drink. Thank you very much.
To be honest, one of the things that really stuck out for us is we got to go to the States for a month this summer and spending time with family. And it really showed us how important it was to live around people who love our kids. And that's why, no matter how great Hazelmere was or how wonderful some of the other places we went to were, that was my main reason for staying.
That's really nice. And coming out of the nightmare that we've all been in, actually, you're so right. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I shall ring Kirsty on the way back and not buy her a drink.
Well, thank you for all your help.
Thanks,
we really appreciate it.
Very disappointing not to be there.
It was very disappointing for us not to have you there.
Yeah.
I did think it gave me a little glimmer of an opportunity to
Did you
get a
think
list.
that? That is really kicking someone when they're down, Phil. That
You were
really
not
is.
well, were you?
No, I was not well.
I was blown away, particularly by the garden room.
Yeah.
Because that was way better than I expected. I mean, I knew you were creating something. I think it was actually better than they expected it. They loved it.
Yeah. No, it really worked. And I'm really, really pleased.
I think the whole family, particularly his mum, was so pleased to have actually sorted it out, settled, made the decision, we're staying, we're not moving, everyone can relax. A lovely result.
In Lincoln, Phil had the difficult task of tempting Carly away from the street where her whole family lived.
I know I can solve all of the issues. I just can't solve them all at the same time. There's got to be a compromise somewhere if Carly's ever going to come over to team list it.
However, finding a larger house with a bigger garden in their area and within budget is nigh on impossible. So I'm trying a different part of Lincoln. 5 miles from their current home and 15 minutes from Carly's family, but it has all the space they're after, indoors and outdoors.
I know what you're thinking. But bear with me. We are a bit further.
Yep.
But I've got a converted bungalow, so I thought that would be familiar territory to you.
Looks like our house.
At 260,000, it's slightly over budget, but it's newly renovated and ready to move into. The open plan kitchen, dining and living area is perfect for busy family life, but there's also a separate sitting room, which could be used as a 4th bedroom. There are 2 double bedrooms and a family bathroom on the ground floor too. Then, in the newly converted loft, there's a 3rd bedroom that would make a great twin room for the boys, and an additional bathroom so they'd have their own space. But the thing I know will get them really excited is the huge garden.
Oh my gosh, okay.
It's 125 foot or thereabouts, which is bigger than yours.
How much bigger?
Well, by the time Kirsty's finished with yours, given that she's extending into your garden, so she is taking away and I am giving.
There's also almost 40% more living space inside.
Oh, yes. Okay. Now then.
Yeah, I like that. I like the view.
The layout they could have here without lifting a finger surely must be tempting Carly a bit.
How did you get on?
Really interesting property. Love the feel of it.
It's big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than I expected it to be. Yeah, you've done well. I think it's been a tough job for you.
If we go back closer to where you are, something's going to give. Is it going to be the size? Is it going to be the condition? Is it going to be the garden? Is it going to be the price? It'll be one of them.
Or it'll be none of them, because we'll stay where we are.
True to his word, Phil did find them a house closer to home. This time, just south of the city centre, 3 miles from Carly's family.
Ready for another bungalow?
Oh, yes. It's looking good.
Looks nice.
The property's got loads of potential. It does need a bit of imagination and rejigging. There's tons to get excited about, but you're going to have to bear with me, keep an open mind.
And at £230,000, this 3-bed detached bungalow is well under budget, freeing up cash for a potential renovation. There's a large, modern fitted kitchen which looks out to the garden, and a separate lounge and dining area, giving everyone plenty of space when the boys visit. Conservatory and covered patio give Eric options to entertain in wet weather, and finally, to top it all, there's a garage and annex that can be a home office or a games room.
One of the things I know you guys are really into is entertaining outside and eating outside. So here we have a covered area where you really can outdoor entertain all year.
This is what I would like in terms of the roof outside, so that you can entertain even if it's raining. So this has been one of those things that I've been looking for a while, actually.
Your wish is my command.
I can see that there's potential here.
Good. Come on then, let's get in.
Potential is what this house has heaps of, and at a bargain price. With a bit of work and modernising, this could become the forever family home they need.
So, as things stand, we have a kitchen, and then come on through, that leads into this big open living dining area. There are then 3 bedrooms, one of which you go through the bedroom into a massive great conservatory. So it's a little odd. Simple work, nothing expensive, cosmetic, internal, easy peasy. Have a wander. I can see you're thinking. I can tell that cogs are turning. Carly, this is good. Team listed.
Let's go have a look.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fairly small, but it'd be big enough for
Papa.
the Cayenne nursery. It's a bit different.
Will be a big space, isn't it?
It's quite a nice space onto the garden.
I mean, you can use it also as an office, because I just like sort of seeing through the glass and sort of it's nice and green.
It's peaceful as well.
It seems being closer to her family is helping Carly entertain the idea of moving.
I'm kind of surprised with this one in terms of that outside space that you could actually, the annex that can be utilized for guests and things like that, and a full-size garage. And I think that's a massive plus.
I mean, it would be a lovely property when it's been done up.
I think for me, like, let's finish the house. From there, we can make some final decisions.
Yeah.
Okay. That was an almost impossible search to fulfil in its entirety, simply because of the distances involved and how lovely a situation they lived in with Carly's family so close. Eric...
I mean, literally across the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric wanted the outside space. That final house was the only one that made them just stop and think for a minute. It solved the key criteria, albeit it was a car drive away from her family. It was a classic example of whether moving slightly further away from family to a house that functioned better for a family was worth it or not.
11 months since we were first here, Kirsty and I are back in Lincoln to catch up with Carly and Eric, who, after over 5 years of debate, are ready to make a decision over their newly renovated bungalow.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Is the house going to look as smart as you two do?
Oh, it does.
Even better, I think.
Yeah. Come in, have a look.
When we were first here, the narrow kitchen was too cramped for a family of 5. But now... the extension has given them a generous open-plan kitchen with space for the family to eat together. And a separate utility room helps keep the kitchen as more of a living space.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm absolutely gobsmacked.
It's quite different, isn't it?
It's incredibly different.
Slightly bigger?
I think it's almost doubled the size of the house, really.
What,
it's a usable space, yeah.
The once awkward long bedroom off the kitchen has been split in two to create a room for Matthias and Miller and another for baby Cayenne. And when the bigger boys aren't there, their room will double as a workspace for Eric.
I think the boys are happy at the moment. They want to be together and things now, but I guess in the future, they could have the living room space as a bedroom if they wanted, or...
Yes, yeah. Do you feel it was worth it to get where you are today?
I wouldn't want to relive it again, put it that way, but yeah, I'm pleased where we are now.
Rising building costs and supply issues meant that Carly and Eric's build was delayed several times, and the final cost came in almost 50% over their original budget at 70 grand. If they hadn't been able to call in favours and do a lot of the work themselves, that figure would have been even higher.
And whilst upping their budget was a gamble, they've managed to add an estimated £95,000 to the value of the house, which is 25k more than they spent. But will the changes be enough to persuade Eric to stay? I think that 25 grand is the difference between what you could sell this for and what you've spent is probably down to the amount of work you've done yourself.
I'm not going to take all the credit to myself. I think you've done very well also. The way that you've been so supportive through the process, you kept us sort of focusing to what we needed to do, and you could see sort of the end product of that. And I think I've learned something different about you through this process.
Oh, don't. You'll set me off. Eric, Carly. I don't know why I feel really emotional about this. Sorry. Eric, Carly, are you going to love it?
Or are you going to list it?
Are you going to say? Say it.
I'll let you say it.
No, you say it.
We'll say it together.
OK.
I think we're going to...
Love it.
Love it.
And so you should. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because that's you've done it hard yards. And Carly, you've been proved right.
Yeah.
As I normally am.
You deserve a great result.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Almost a year later, and Carly and Eric are really making the most of their bigger family home.
We've got little Jaden now, who is our newborn. He's about 3 weeks now.
And the new addition means the rooms have been reallocated once again.
So Kyan's got his own room, our second youngest, and then obviously our newborn is still living with us in our bedroom, but eventually he'll go into the second smaller bedroom. And then the older 2 boys, they come with us alternate fortnights, so they're in the lounge, which is what Kirsty did suggest in the beginning. So yeah, the boys love their space, don't they? So yeah, so it works well.
And it's not just the younger boys who are happy. Eric finally got his dream barbecue set up with a newly freshened up patio.
Absolutely love it. I think there's a room for everyone. It never feels like cluttered or too many people inside the house. So I'm really over the moon with it.
My goodness me, isn't it lucky they made the house even bigger than you first suggested?
So now they've got no sitting room
No.
at all. No, so every room, apart from the open plan kitchen diner, is a bedroom.
Which was their decision to invest further, and I know they scrimped and scraped and they worked incredibly hard
Really did.
to make that what it was. Thank God
Yeah.
they did. I think for them, now they've got 2 small kids, family ties, family connections really close is more important than ever.
Listen, if you have a helpful family, it makes the world of difference. The world of difference.
Family ties are so important, as both these families have realised.
God, yes.
Yeah, 100%. It's lovely.